guess whoever was planning to attack me ain't gonna be able to attack me now because they didn't let me in. So, yeah, unlucky.
Sorry it's a long video, but please watch to the end. You will see only a little bit of Mruknonc3official's behavior and wrongdoing.
So basically this will be the video of the truth that I will be telling about what Kevin, aka Mr. UK TikTok official, done to me on the 28th of April. Me and Amber was basically walking around the food court in Lakeside shopping centre, in which I spotted Kevin. He was sat down near KFC with Tanya, his girlfriend. We started talking to them like we was all getting on and everything. Amber was taking photos with him. And then after he's finished eating his food, he asked us to help him find Tanya's car and to obviously ask where the good places around here are to film. Amber was then giving him directions of where the best places are, and she mentioned outside Hollywood Bowl where he did do his live. In which he didn't understand that direction, so Amber was nice enough to say, "Oh, we'll help you get there." So we ended up getting in the car and telling them directions. But the first red flag for me was why Kevin got in the back of his own girlfriend's car when he could have sat in the front. That was my first red flag. And then obviously the second one was him not asking my age or my name. He was only like asking Amber what her name was. That was it. He didn't ask Amber's age, actually, in fact. We ended up at Hollywood Bowl in Lakeside, where all of you saw where his live was filmed. The live was taking place. He logged into his TikTok on my phone, and he was using Amber's phone for his music, which you saw in the live, which he was holding in his hand, going in and out of the water. We did tell him that we could only be there for a short period of time because we were actually in the food court to get food, but he had taken us to a different destination, so we was meant to go to Pizza Hut. And we needed Amber's phone to buy stuff because where it's got Apple Pay, and I didn't bring my card out with me on that day. So yeah. Right, so I left my car in his car as well, his girlfriend's car, and
Keep watching please. This is the full story on the S-Daughter case.
Like, everyone was saying, like, why is this girl shaking? Is she scared or something? But the way he's snapping at everyone, it just kind of made me like, well, I'm not going to ask this guy again because he seems to start getting serious now. Like, it was just a bit weird how he just started going from laughing with us to snapping to us, like, when we was asking to leave. Just got a bit weird. We then got into the car after the live had ended because apparently everyone was saying that Ben was coming to beat him up or come and get him or something. I can't remember what was the situation was with Ben, but yeah. So we had to go with him because he had taken my phone out of my hand, which had the live on it. So we had to go with him, and because my stuff was also in the car. I sat in the back, and he also sat back in the back with me. Amber was in the front with Tanya. Tanya was driving. And the booster seat was stacked onto my left leg, leaving my right leg and my crotch area free of space. And then 5 minutes after us being in the car, driving away, he then asked me to look out the back window, checking if anyone was following. Like, if you thought there was someone following you, you would you would ask me straight away to like keep a lookout. But it was like 5 minutes after we had all got in the car and Tanya was driving away. I told him straight away that there was no one there, and so did Tanya said it, and Amber said it, and we all said it more than once as well, but he still put his head down on my right leg. He was then moving it closer towards my crotch and like moving his head up and down. I could feel it going across my ribs and like squishing my boob and stuff, and like just basically impersonating my personal space, in which I felt very like, I don't know the feeling of how I felt. It was just not a good feeling. I did mention to him again that there was no one there, so hopefully he would have got up. I feel like he might have realised that I might have been upset or something, or that he was actually doing wrong, so he actually did put his head up that time that I told him. He dropped us off to Amber's stepdad's flat, and I was just desperate to literally just leave. I was like trying to like get Amber. I was like, "Come on, Amber, we need to go. We need to go upstairs." But they was just talking. He borrowed socks off of Amber. Like, they was talking. He was saying how he's gonna take us up with him and all this, and like get us followers and everything. But we was like, we don't like want followers or anything. Like, that's not our priority. Like, we're not here for followers. Otherwise, we would have like asked for it, if you get what I mean. But we didn't. So yeah, and Amber did duel him as well that same day and a couple of days after, because I had only told her 2 or 3 days after, and which she went on a live saying that he made me uncomfortable, and his only response was, "Oh well, I won't go live with you again then." There was no sorry, there was nothing. He just said, "I won't go live with you ever again." That is a guilty conscience right there. If you saying you're not gonna go live with us, you definitely know what you've done wrong, Kevin. You know what you've done wrong that day to me. And which is why you're so mad about it, and why you're getting the police on us when we done nothing wrong.
I do want you to say it, because you've got no evidence of what you're about to say, so I do want you to say it.
That's where you're wrong.
No, that's where I'm right.
Listen, you add young girls and you follow them. Ones that have their Snapchat on their profile.
Really?
I have seen the evidence.
I don't. They've been following me. I don't know what you're talking about.
You
Have
follow
I
them
messaged these
and you
people?
also listen. You also engage
have I
in
messaged these
conversation
people?
with young girls.
No, I
you
haven't.
engage.
He's only 14. He's only 14. And his dad is working over here, and his dad was like, could you send my son a snap? He's a big fan of yours, and also I did say 14. Is it?
From my room I could hear the police, and there was 2 comments that they made that I just thought were too far and should not have been said, because what if a neighbour heard? And it was first, well, it was essentially one comment split into 2, but essentially he said, if you don't want welfare checks, there shouldn't be videos online of your boyfriend being a paedophile, of paedophilic nature. I believe he said paedophilic nature. Wow. Now, it's not as if he shouted it, but I heard it. So who's to say the neighbour whose window's right next to mine didn't hear it?
I was at my window and I...
Very true. Very true. I can't.
Well, he went live with a lot of other people. If he was that age, like I said, I knew, as far as I knew, he was 16. So
Says right there in FA, does not imply a finding of innocence.
Itchy, itchy, my trigger finger be itchy. These niggas making me nervous.
Itchy, Kevin.
These bitches making me nervous. Itchy, itchy, my trigger finger be itchy. These niggas making me nervous. Bro, niggas making me nervous. Itchy, itchy, my trigger finger be itchy. These niggas making me nervous. These bitches making me nervous. Itchy, itchy, my trigger finger be itchy. These niggas making me nervous. Bro, niggas making me nervous. You better hit me.
as well, that's a harmful substance. You will get caught. You will get caught, and I will go to hospital and check it out. But you will get caught. Whoever sent this, yeah, you might think it's funny. It ain't funny. But what is going to be funny when you get arrested? If this is some harmful substance on this t-shirt, it will be checked out, because I put it on, it was very, very itchy. So yeah, guys, be very careful when I hurt you, and I mean I'm gonna hurt you. So start putting your big mouth where it is and see me in a boxing ring. You're a man anyway. You're a man anyway, because you're a man! You're finished. You're finished. Me and you in a boxing ring, you're finished. Any day you want, you're finished. And you got used. All you people in the UK got used and went in that live as soon as his views were enough. Bye-bye! I'll go and battle now. That's what he did. It's in your head to think, like, me putting chocolate on my face, I was doing that, I weren't. But if it's in your head, you're the racist, not me. I ain't racist at all. Thank you, Kelly. Kelly knows I ain't. Royston knows I ain't. You know what I mean? But that's not what I was doing. See, that's, the thing is, you think I was doing that, I weren't. That's you. That's in your mind. You're the racist. I think you're the actual racist when it comes to it, to be honest. I ain't racist. You know what I mean? You're racist as well, Mike. You're racist as well. There's no gaslighting here. You're the racist ones. If you're thinking that is that, then you're racist, not me. Facts. I don't give a shit. You're the racist ones, not me. Maz, you're a racist, not me. You are, because that's the way you think, so you're the racist, not me.
Spice is one hell of a drug. Just put it down, bro. Now, you trying to pick out flaws in my character does not change you and the things you are saying, okay? So you are a self-proclaimed celebrity. I asked you how you're a celebrity, and basically, what charity work? You're trying to become a celebrity off of doing charity work. And it's even more pathetic because the stuff that you donate, you don't even pay for out your own pocket. And then you would like laugh at people who put the gifts in their pocket, who actually pay a lot to charity out of their actual real money. Yeah? Now, there's a video of you attacking a homeless man. I've seen it, yeah? The way that you verbally attacked him and physically got in his face and tried to intimidate him shows you do not care about homeless people at all, right? Now, in your music, you say you are the king. People should bow down to you, yeah? And you're the hardest on TikTok. You think you're the hardest on TikTok, bro? I challenge you to a duel, yeah? Let's do another Instagram, TikTok live, inshallah. Right? You can assassinate me as a character all you want, bro. You are a deluded individual, bro. Now, when I started that live, it wasn't to attack you. It was to, like, give you a chance to sort of explain that, look, man, I'm joking. You know, I don't really think like that. You know, I don't think I'm like... You had a chance to do that, yeah? But you didn't. You just ran with your delusions of grandeur, okay? Now, I feel like... I left the live because I thought, like, right, at this point, this man's quite ill, yeah? Like, you're not a celebrity. People, like, 90% of the people that watch you are laughing at you, yeah? They're laughing at you. I asked the people in the live, is he deluded? And put a 1 if you are. And the whole live put 1 and you acted like you couldn't see it. You're not well, I think. But I challenge you to a duel because you think you're the hardest on here, yeah? So we'll do a duel, we'll do a live, and we can have a conversation, and we can see if you're deluded or if you are Mr. Celebrity, right? Choice is yours. I don't think you'll do it because I think you're a runner, you're a track star.
Gunda, Jalabel Pumba, like the finger, the Gunda, up the Gonga, Dunda Junda, Mangunda, on Zunda, Bambumba, on Dumba, Calabajo, I get about Calabata Jalapa, water, but a jende, by Galabon Jende, Golobrang and American Nomaji, Galamans, but I get about one in the Calamon Nazi, or do a Banjatu, a Bambambua, finger that shit, and don't Bamba, Tabrea or Hatapoa.
You admitted that you spent the money on hotels, so that does make you a fraud.
I had to.
Why?
No, it's not.
Why? Why did you have to?
No, it's not.
Why?
What else am I gonna do? You have to live. Do you know what? I bet you're a criminal, by the way. That's why you're hiding your face.
I'm smoking. That's why I'm hiding.